All right, here's my slideshow. Again, this video is about how to start a business under $500. And when I say business, I mean the structure sole proprietor. So there are multiple different structures that you can register your business as. But right now, I just want to stick to the basics, especially since it's under $500 and sole proprietorship is the most inexpensive way to get your foot in the door to have a business. So, of course, the first thing is having a business idea, as well as thinking of a unique name for your business. So, you want to choose a unique name. And when I say unique, I mean no one else has it, right? So, of course, you want it to mean something to you, as well as conveying what the business name means to your audience, right? So, of course, when you're looking into a name, you want to make sure that there's no name similar or the same as the name that you choose for your business. So, the first thing you want to do is you want to check your business name in the database provided by your state secretary, Secretary of State or Department of State. You want to go to their website, whatever state you are registering your business in. You just want to make sure that you check their database. Also, check social medias. That's a really great way to find out quickly if the name that you're thinking of pops up on any social medias. So check that, and also check the USPTO, which also stands for United States Patent and Trademark Office. And that way you can definitely identify any existing trademarks. All right, the next step to creating a business under $500 is, of course, having a plan. And from my experience working with small business owners, startups, they tend to skip this part and they go straight into like trying to do business and stuff, but they don't really have a direction of where they're going. They know they're going somewhere, but they really don't have a plan. And we all know since school, right? Grade school, like there's always a structure, there's always a plan. Same thing when it comes to your business, you also want to have that structure. And business plans are basically a roadmap for your business. And it's also a critical step in starting and growing your business, right? So there are two types of business plans. You have the traditional one that it can be up to 30 pages, and then you also have the one-page business plan. And typically that's what I would suggest. It's like the traditional business plan, but it's lowered all the way down to a one-page business plan, which is still effective. And a lot of people nowadays are referring to that. And also, I will be attaching a free one-page business template in the description box. And speaking of free, this is free, guys. I mean, you can pull it up on Google. You can click on the template that I will provide for you. I mean, it's everywhere. Definitely take advantage of this. All right. The third step into creating a business under $500 is that, of course, now that you have a unique name, right? You have the vision, you have the idea, you have this business name after you check to make sure there's no existing ones out there. So now you want to make sure that you register your DBA, which is also known as doing business as or an assumed name. So you want to go and complete a DBA registration form. And a lot of sole proprietors do this as well. And depending on the state, the registration fee can vary. And once you apply for that DBA, please keep the certification, file it and save it. All business documents need to be saved, never thrown away, never just kind of scattered everywhere. This is information pertaining to your business. So you always want to make sure you save it somewhere where if it's ever needed, you know exactly where to go. All right. And also, when it comes to registering your business name, there's an expiration date to that. Well, I would say a renewal date to that. So make sure you know what that renewal date is and plug it into your business calendar. All right. Next is registering for an EIN. All right, so I'm sure if you've been in business long enough, you have heard of the EIN. And the EIN is basically an acronym for Employer Identification Number. So it's also known as the Federal Tax Identification Number, right? So this is free, by the way, and you can register your business name. Now that we've registered it through the state, now it's time to register it through the IRS. And you can go to their IRS website under business section, and you can apply for an EIN either online, you can do it through the mail or over the phone. But typically people do everything online nowadays. And the great thing about doing it online, once you submit it, and they review it, and now you have the EIN, the IRS will send you a letter with your EIN number, as well as that registered name and the business address that you registered the business under. So you do have to select what entity type you want. And just for the purposes of this video, you would, in this scenario, would select sole proprietor. But there are other types, and in future videos, I'll go over that. But right now, we're just sticking to the simple stuff. So once you receive that EIN via email, you definitely want to save and file. Save and file these documents. Do not just have them lingering or throw them away or delete them. Please don't do that. Anything dealing with your business, you have to treat it seriously. So you want everything to be documented, and this is a perfect example. The next thing is a business bank account. Yes. So for sole proprietorship, it's not really technically necessary to have a separate business bank account from your personal, because at the end of the day, when you file your taxes, there's no separation. I mean, you can use your personal bank account when you're doing business as a sole proprietor. However, it's great business practice to separate everything, like separate your personal from your finances. And I'll explain that in a little bit. But first, with a business bank account, you definitely want to do your due diligence as a business owner and do your research. Choose the bank that caters to your business needs. Everyone has different businesses, different needs, right? So you want to make sure that you research or choose a bank that you're already affiliated with and see how they, what their requirements are to open up a business bank account as a sole proprietor. All right. So they're also going to ask what type of account, right? So you want to do a checking, savings, or both. You want to select either or. And the important thing is to gather required documents. Remember, guys, file and save. So some of these required documents would be an EIN letter, right? We went over that. DBA certification, we went over that as well as your personal identification, which would include like maybe a driver's license. They're definitely gonna ask for your social security number and proof of address. So most banks require initial deposits, and the amount varies. I think the most I've seen is like 250 starting out. They're going to ask you to just put 250 in that business bank account within 60 days. Um, but there are some banks out there that don't even require that. So again, do your research, do your due diligence. Okay, so once you've applied for this account and you get approved, you're in there. I mean, you get access to a like various account services. So that could be, some credit, like business credit cards, business loans, you name it. And of course, when you're applying for a business bank account, you're going to receive a debit card. So after approval, within a few days, maybe a week, you'll receive that debit card in the mail. Okay. And then also, the great thing about having your own business bank account is that now you can accept payments. So, any type of payment processor, if you're sending invoices or people are paying you through some kind of like link, all the payments will go to that one account. So you can have all your money in just one nice collective space for your business. All right, so this is my favorite topic, guys. I mean, this is what I live for. So, of course, after you get that business bank account set up, you definitely want to look into a bookkeeping software, okay? So, even with that business bank account, you want to link your business bank account to that software, okay? And this is for record keeping. It makes it easier, it's more accurate. There's not a lot of error when you do have a bookkeeping service linked to that business bank account. Okay. So, of course, when it comes to bookkeeping, it's important to track your business revenues and your expenses and also save those receipts, receipts, save those receipts. Okay. We need proof that these transactions happen. Okay. Documentation is everything in business. All right. And also having a bookkeeping software helps you to stay organized. And with organization, it's much easier to manage your financial transactions, right? So again, it's great business practices to separate your personal with your business, right? So once you link that software to your business bank account, it's easy to generate financial reports pertaining to your profit and losses, your balance sheet, and your cash flow. Whatever comes in, whatever comes out, all revolve around your business. So it keeps you organized, right? And this is the great part of having a bookkeeping software is that you can track your deductibles. Now, if you don't know too much about deductibles, I will be speaking on that for another video. But just know deductibles are great for a business owner. All right. And also with a bookkeeping service, it helps you to prepare for taxes. Dun, dun, dun.